Dear Cynthia G, my name is Roxanne. I currently live in New Orleans. I, for 10 years, was a military psychologist. Currently, I am an engineering psychologist. I stumbled across your videos. I want to make this as short as I possibly can, but I stumbled across your videos, and they disturbed me all the way through to the core. And what disturbed me, it's not that you it's not that you bash black men, or that you bash celebrities, or interracial dating, or mixed children, or white people. It's not any of this. What my problem is I dealt with for many years young black girls whose self-worth and their self-confidence was shattered because of what other black people told them. And what I mean by that is, let's pretend you're 14 and you're black and you're a female, and maybe your father's not in the house, or maybe there's alcoholism or drug abuse or something in the house. You don't have the most stable home life. Maybe it may be something to do with finances, but let's just say somehow along the way your self-worth is not quite what it should be. And let's say you stumble across your videos where you see what appears to be a very sound black woman, a beautiful black woman, and you begin listening to her. And she is telling you day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, not only are black men horrible, which means now here this 14-year-old is, who's probably not going to want to commit and be in a relationship. Also, there's been over 20 million black baby abortions since the 70s. So, you got to keep this stuff in mind when you make these videos. So here's this 14-year-old who is being told that she will forever be under this white supremacist, or under these white supremacists, and that any man that she meets pretty much is going to be a piece of crap. And she's 14. She already has addicts in her family. She's already witnessed a lot of abuse. She comes maybe from maybe they're not middle class, let's just say a poor home. And here you are saying, you are never going to be able to trust a white person. Let's just work on that one for a second. In the military, everybody has to trust each other. Everybody. Whoever you are with, that is your brother or that is your sister. Period. And the nerve of somebody like you to go on social media or to go on YouTube and spread, like, I don't care if you are middle-aged and you're bitter and you are upset because black men date white women. But listen, at the end of this, in 10 years from now, when you look back at your life, wouldn't you rather like to think, wouldn't you rather think, I sit in front of this computer every day and all I did was be company to other miserable people. Wouldn't it be better to think, I made a change, I impacted somebody in such a positive way that they went on to become a doctor or an attorney or some sort of a politician or a judge or a police officer? Wouldn't you love to be the reason that somebody does something positive? Because right now, what you're doing, all you are doing is just feeding the misery, feeding other miserable people. And there's no truth in any of this. You know, this is the truth. The truth is there is crazy, extreme white people. And there are crazy, extreme black people. And then there's normal white people. And there's normal black people. Normal white people and normal black people are on the same team. We all work together. We all look out for each other. We depend on each other. We look forward to seeing each other. Extreme crazy black people and extreme crazy, or I should say angry white people and extremely angry black people are constantly trying to separate by saying I'm better or you're better or I'm stronger or we're bigger or we're okay. Well, the rest of the world, they don't give a rat's ass. You appear to be crazy to normal people. Your audience, and see, this is where I feel like, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but like I said, you appear to be very sound-minded. I know that there's probably some sort of personality disorders just based on just based on watching the few videos that I've seen. But you have the opportunity to make a positive change in somebody's life. If you sit, let's say it's a 15-year-old black boy that's watching your video, and all he's hearing about is, I don't even know what all you've got so many names that you call them. I mean, I don't even, coons and beta coon. I don't even know all of the names that you call black men or young black men. But, you know, there's such a large assortment of negative names that you are bashing black men with. And listen, if a black man wants to date a white woman, so be it. It's not your business. It is not your business. It's not your concern. Do not bash do not bash black men that date white women or Asian women or Hispanic or whatever they want to date. Same thing with the women. If a person is happy and they are good to each other and they are both adults, leave them the hell alone. Leave them out of your mouth. They're not your business. All right, so let's say it's a 15-year-old, a black boy. Maybe he was adopted by white people and he stumbled across your page. And all you do is preach this stuff like, don't trust these people. Don't, they're the white devil. They're evil. You know, what do white people benefit from being white? This was the most bizarre movie. Because you focused on sunburns. And let's back this up, you know, just a little tiny bit. You know, I am counseling somebody right now, a black male, who has alcoholism issues that is genetic. Okay, regardless of what you believe about alcohol and addiction, and you said you were educated in it, that right there showed me you're not educated in it, because there is genetic genes that run in families that make some people fat, that make some people skinny, that make more people, when they drink alcohol, it wakes up little monsters that are different in some people than it does other people, just like food does with some people that it doesn't do with other people. It is genetic. Anyway, he struggled his entire life with alcoholism. Then he became a diabetic in his 30s. He's had his foot cut off at age 35. He also has a lot of other issues that are very common with black people, which is a lot of lung diseases. And more black people die of lung diseases. 50% more die than any other race. Same thing with cancers. Same thing with diabetes. And all you are turning around and saying is, to a young mind, I could care less about if you're 25 and older, I could care less. What has upset me is anybody that is under the age of like 20 that watches you and what you are doing to them. Because basically it would be like saying, Well, dear little black girl, you're never going to meet a man that's worth anything good, because they're all beta whatever coons out there. You're not going to pay child support. You're better off having an abortion. There's no God. You have no support. The black community is failing you. Do not trust white people. White people are supreme over you. They're better than you. You're never going to make as much money as them, but at least they get sunburnt. I don't even know where to go with this. You need to completely come off of YouTube. Take about a week. Write out some topics that are beneficial or positive for people. Instead of constantly reminding people that, or not even reminding black people, this is something that you're installing. You are putting this inside certain black people's heads, that they are less than, or it's sick. What you are doing is sick, which leads to the other side of this. Because there's this other part of me that thinks this woman knows what she's doing. She knows as long as she can keep a core base of this many people, this many other bitter, angry black women that hate black men, that hate swirling or whatever you call it, that hate mixed babies, and they hate everything, police officers and the president and white people and whatever all else. As long as you can keep so many of them, and they donate so much money to you, and YouTube will give you so much money that you will keep pretending to pretend like you're a victim. Because it doesn't take, a genius to realize that you are not oppressed by anybody. You have a place that you live. I'm assuming that you can get in your car and drive anywhere in this entire free country that you want to go. And if you don't have a car, you can take a bus. You can go anywhere on this. You can get on a plane. You can go anywhere in this entire world that you want to go. Anywhere, at any time. You can work wherever you want to work. You can open a business for yourself. I'm not really sure where or why you keep planting that seed that white people are more supreme over black people. What is your point in doing this when you yourself know that it's not true? You yourself know that white people are not the devil. They don't, slaughter and kill. The United States is like 65% white people and like 12% black people. If white people were the devil, like you try to make white people out to be, it would be nothing to kill all the black people. Y'all are just, and it used to be, black people were the largest minority. Now it's Hispanics, You're not even, now you step down another level. But, and that's because, too, it goes back to the abortions. 20 million black little babies have been aborted. 20 million. And you would be the type of person that would support something like abortion.